character. Is she the best character in the game? I think Xiaoyu is probably the best character in the game, if played to maximum efficiency. She's probably the best character in the game. She has everything going for her. She can go invincible at any point in time. AOP has, for some reason, been buffed. Apparently it wasn't evasive enough in Tekken 7. The way I remember it, it was actually buffed going from Tag 2 to Tekken 7. It was more evasive than before. And now it's even more evasive again, so she can go invincible at any point in time and can counter launch you. As she got Wang's Waning Moon, so her throw game has been buffed. She does half your fucking health bar if you don't break that shit. Can mix you up with, you know, does a little skip jump into a 50-50 throw mix up. Used to do low damage, now does high damage. But this is something they've done to all of these characters who historically had low damage. Like, the interesting thing with Yoshi and Xiaoyu is that you made a sacrifice when you played those characters. Because it was like, well, this is a setup character. You do flowcharts into setup, into Oki. This is a setup character, and your setups are disgusting. Because if your opponent doesn't think about how they get off from the ground, you just do one unnecessary tech roll without thinking, and now, oh, guaranteed reset into launch. So they were always very careful on here, like, oh, you tech roll, oh, unblockable sword sweep. That's why Yoshi and Xiaoyu always had low damage combos, because it was so easy for them to reset your ass up into the air again. That's why they always had low combo damage, because you were always ragdolled and flying into the air, because they just set up you all the time. But that's just not the case anymore. Now Yoshi does a lot of damage. Xiaoyu does a lot of damage. So immediately they climb the tier list. But Xiaoyu was already very strong in 7. They gave her that super obnoxious down back too low, but still in this game where as soon as you block a low, you go, I'm gonna punish you while standing 4, and she parries. It's a setup. You gotta think twice. Can I punish or not? Her punch parry at least doesn't launch anymore. That's nice. But one of the hardest matchups in the game. Super evasive, super tricky. Best panic buttons, best trick-based utility, Waning Moon, and on top of it, the best heat, high damage now, and the best heat in the game. And they gave her a ton of amazing strings to go into Heat Hypnotist, and now you have the best mix-up in the game, the best 50-50 in the game. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Flawless character? I don't know. Yeah, probably the best character in the game. And then June is basically a Dark Souls final boss as soon as she goes into Heat. I think both of these characters have a problem of as soon as they go into Heat, they completely shut down the neutral game. It's something you have to keep in mind when you fight these two. As soon as they go into Heat, there's no neutral game anymore. It's gone. Because now they press one trigger, boom, and it's a gunshot that obliterates you if you duck, if you sidestep, if you backdash, if you press a button, if you breathe. It's like... So as soon as we go into Heat, it's final boss. You have to stand completely still. And that is not fun to do in a game where the aggressive play is so motherfucking overwhelming as it is in this game. It's the worst feeling in the world when these two go into Heat and I just go, stand still, Kazuya. Don't breathe. And then they... But in the most brain-dead fashion, they know what you're afraid of. They know, he knows I might pull the trigger. He knows. So you just stand there and then they just go in without you doing anything. You have to respect them. And then we go, It's the worst feeling in this game. It's the worst feeling in this game. And you're so afraid of his Psycho Crusher that you stand still. And of course, that's what you want to do against a Mishima who has the best 50-50 in the game. Launching Hell Sweep, launching mid. I'll respect you. Do whatever you want to my body. It's just, I like Devil Jin. I like playing as Devil Jin. I don't mind him when he's not in heat. It's just that when he goes into heat, it's a final boss. And I don't know if any character should be allowed to be that oppressive in heat. But also a factor is that they wanted to buff his mid utility, because in 7, godlike highs, godlike lows, and he follows that same archetype in Tekken 8, which is interesting because it is very different. Usually it's, you know, powerful mids, weak lows, right? That's your typical Tekken archetype, how it goes. But Devil Jin is interesting in that his highs are just unbelievable. Electric, shackle, launching hell sweep. And he has a, in terms of highs, he also has a freeway throw game. Unbelievable utility, high and low. But the mids, kind of lackluster. Well, until Tekken 8 happened, and they went, I mean, what exactly is the problem now? If you're going to heat, you're the final boss, right? Is it hard getting a full heat bar? All you have to do is land a Demon Paw. Is Demon Paw a tough mid to land? Or is it one of the best mids in the game? It's like, all it takes when you fight that dude is he lands a Demon Paw and now he gets a full fucking heat bar, and it's... Yeah... And she it's just the same problem with June, in that when she goes into heat, it's just like your best case scenario is that she chugs her Estus. That's the best case. You block that heat smash, you take some damage when blocking it, and she regains actually more health than you lost blocking. You have to observe this in a match. You'll be astounded. You've probably already seen it. Block the heat smash and just look at her health bar. Even when you block, she regains a pretty substantial amount of health. And on top of that, June has, even without heat and that heat smash, and when she's in heat, you know, she can do her forward 2. She has one of the best, arguably the best whiff punisher in the game. Forward 2, that she shares with Asuka. When she's in heat, she adds a projectile to it. She goes blam, kablam, and it does a ton of damage, and now it's safe on block. When a forward 2 normally is launch punishable on block. But now she adds a projectile in heat to it. She goes forward 2 and then boom, explosion, and she's safe. And if that hits, it does a ton of damage and knocks you down. She has projectile utility. She can at any point in time regain the chip damage or regainable health bar, the recoverable health bar. She goes into Mirage stance. She can recover, she can instantly Hadouken you from that stance. She has some of the best strings in the game where there's no real good counterplay. It's take a fucking guess. And she has 100 ways of going into that mix-up, those strings. One of the best homing moves in the game. One of the best mid-check moves in the game in sidestep 4. It's like +7 on block. Great pokes. Down back 3 is a low poke with great reach. That's +2 on hit. She in crouch, she has full crouch down for 2, which is a counter hit launching low poke. That's neutral on hit. It's only -11 on block, because why the fuck not? She has a down back 1-1 double mid check that is -11 on block, but has a follow-up, and it's hit confirmable into you just died at the wall. She kills you. Forward 1+2 is a quick mid knockdown that is +7 on block, or +6 on block. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what to... Oh, she has some of the best combos in the game. Yeah, it's the character's simply ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But my biggest problem with her... But yeah, best 10 frame Punisher. Crouching and standing. Yeah. But yeah, my biggest gripe with the character is when she goes into heat, because I just feel like the situation that arises when she goes into heat, that situation shouldn't exist in the game. That's the whole point. That's the whole thing about Tekken, in my opinion, is that when I'm defending, I have a ton of options. I can beat you through movement, or I can beat you through timing, or I can parry you. Like, if I'm smarter than you as a player and defensively, I'll work around whatever the fuck it is you try to throw against me. But when these two go into heat, it's like, what exactly is the counterplay? I don't know. Maybe there is one and I don't know about it, but yeah. Dragonov. Wait, are these all the characters I would like to put in S, by the way? We know Yoshi is pretty fucking strong now. Nina might be S. Victor, I think, is probably A. Sorry, I'm just gonna double check here. Lily is real strong, I think. Shaheen is strong, but I haven't labbed them. Jack is most likely gonna find himself somewhere here. But the question is, I think Azucena might be the weakest of the characters up there right now. Nina should probably be in the S. She's ridiculous. She has so much dumb shit in this game. But yeah, Dragonov, I don't know if I need to even discuss this one. You guys have played against him so much. Unbelievably oppressive character. Crazy frames. Rushes you down. The damage is twice as high as in Tekken 7. If he launches you... I mean, if he while running 2s you, counter hit, you lost the round. Pretty much. It's almost any launch he does on you... The damage is ridiculous, and I'm sure it's gonna get toned down. We're just waiting for the balance patch, but Dragonov's damage is going to get toned down. It's way too high. And super oppressive frames. Very strong throws. His 1+2 throw break gives a guaranteed back 4. If you try and quick stand, you die. So the throws have... And this is just an unfortunate reality also with, hey, you know what? Throws should be unbreakable if they counter hit. Throws should be homing. Again, it's a big problem with these two. It's a hell of a problem. Throws should not be homing. Throws should not be homing. That needs to go. And again, these system changes, you know, where Dragonov like, oh, it's a problem for Dragonov when people sidestep. To space control lateral movement, Dragonov is forced to use his down too low, because his other homing attacks aren't all that. They're just not that good. Although down for 3-4 was buffed, it now knocks down into a guaranteed follow-up. What happens? Throws are homing. So now you're in the most disgusting blender where as soon as he does any of these strings, or this new low, full crouch down for 1-4, that goes into sneak, if you try and sidestep here, which is a really good option for you, he can actually cancel the sneak into his command throws. And they're homing, so if you're stepping, oh, here's a throw. If you press the button, can't break. Did you sidestep and commit already to a punish? Haha, you died. Because that's a 12 frame homing now, that throw. And it's also very easy, you know, it's very hard also to, as you're sidestepping, that throw comes out and then react to that and go like, oh, what, I'm stepping a throw? It's tough to break. And also Dragonov's problem was also like, I have very oppressive mids. Check this shit. They hit really hard, right? And then I use down 2 to check you for stepping and also to try and condition you into ducking once in a while, because you don't want to duck this character. And you use the throws also to condition. what happens when that character design gets a fucking huge hatchet that hits real fucking hard and gives him +7. Yeah, it's like that hatchet combined with homing throws, combined with absurd damage. It's like, yeah, now you have a recipe for a very, very strong character. And again, when he gets into heat, he has some pretty disgusting tackle mix-ups. I think he has one of the best heat smashes as well. If someone's on the ground and he goes, yeah! If they try and move on the ground, it just connects. And he has a really good Oki. When you kick core circle forward 4, it slams them on the ground, hits grounded. If he gets a back turn launch on you, you have your butt cheeks next to Dragonov, which in your cute jeans, he just kills you with a back turn launch. Yeah, Dragonov is absolutely brutal. God, I'm talking too much about every character here, I feel. I was just gonna do this quick for fun, but it's turning into a legit fucking conversation. Feng Wei brings everything that was busted about him in Tekken 7. He brings it into Tekken 8. And then he gets one of the best new attacks in back 3. Unfortunately, in the beta, he said, Tio! But now he says, Hasha! Something else. It's dull. I liked when he said Tio. But yeah, back 3 is a super long range. We gotta remember to get all the properties now. It's a super long range, unparryable, super fast mid knee that knocks down a normal hit, is +7 or +6 on block, and on counter hit gives a guaranteed forward 3 for 50+ damage into Oki, and it tracks super well to one side. Okay, I think we got it there. So that's TO. And then, just like Tekken 7, Feng Wei has the best poking. Even though a lot of characters have seen improved poking utility, I think he's still the undisputed god of poking. If Feng Wei makes it up close to you like this, you can't win trades with Feng Wei. You can't win those trades. Because back 1 kills you at 10 frames. If you somehow trade a down forward 1 with him, well, his down forward 1 has a countered property that knocks you down on your ass and you're -30 or something. And he has insanely strong evasion. They buffed Kempo for some reason. They made it launch punishable, Kempo free. So that's his Kempo jumping hop kick launcher. They made that launch punishable in Tekken 7, and now they reverted it back to, what is it, -14? Can't launch it. I don't know why they did that. And I don't know why up for 2 still hasn't been nerfed. That's his panic button. So he teleports to the side and mid punches you. Still safe. Okay. And again, very high combo damage. His heat is dumb. Back 1 is now a 10 frame natural knockdown into shoulder. When he's in heat, what? When he's in heat, up for 2 turns into a launcher on counter hit. His heat tornado kick 3+4 is a ground pound that seems just unavoidable. If you sidestep to his back, it connects. It ground pounds you. If you try and jump, it hits you and spikes you into the ground. If it hits you on the ground, it gives a guaranteed follow-up. If it hits you crouching, it gives a guaranteed follow-up. When he's in heat, this is the best part. You block that block. You block that tornado. Oh! And you're -18 or whatever it is. Now he 50-50. Now he has a legit 50-50 throw game, like King, from back turn. Take a guess. You can't see on the animation what break it is. Is it a 1-2 or a 1+2? You don't know. He can do a mid that launches you or goes into 1,000,000+ frames. Or he now can do a down 3, and it doesn't matter. This is an unseeable snake edge from back turn. And it doesn't matter if you backdash, because in heat, I've been on the receiving end of it. In heat, that move doesn't need the clean hit property to launch you. So normally, that low, you can backdash it. It's false. Oh, am I spewing bullshit? Is that BS? Because that seems to be the case. Feng Wei down 3 from back turned. Down 3. The unseeable snake edge. If you backdash that, it doesn't matter. Normally it needs clean hit. You need to be close to him for it to launch you. But now it seems like in heat it doesn't need the clean hit property. Oh, you know what? Wait. I do want to make sure I'm not talking out of my ass. We have a game here in the background. Because that shit launched me from really fucking far away. Get ready for the yeah, let's just test it. Make sure we're not bullshitting here. Down 3. You see? Clean. It says clean there. Does it get expanded reach? Oh no, it just has really generous clean hit range, doesn't it? I think it has more generous. It has more generous clean hit range. Well, let's just show the situation you're in. He'll do this. He'll do this. Okay, it's plus 12. And here's basically the mix-up of death. Hopping away is a good tech for it. You can't jump away. You can't jump away, you can't sidewalk it, there's nothing you can do. No, you can't Gold Libra. You can't jump, I've done it. I've already labbed this. You can't jump it. Sorry. Yeah. Azucena, I mean, how much of this character being S tier is while running 3-2 alone? Wait, you know what? Let's do a tier list modern style. Let's just go through the characters in the game. Get ready for the next battle. So basically, Azucena being S tier, half a argument is this attack alone. This is while running 3-2, and it's basically a flawless attack. There's no counterplay. The problem is it's mid-high, and it jails, and that means if you block the first hit, you can't duck the high. You can't duck the second hit. So once you block the first hit, you have to block the second hit. And it is +5 on block, which means you have to respect Azucena. She might do anything afterwards. Like down forward 4 check, down forward 1 check, jab, back 4 check. Gotta respect her. So +5, and the problem is you don't want to respect her because do you see his health bar? It does a fuck ton of chip. So this move kills you. Sorry. This move kills you as you're blocking. Basically. And now someone in the chat says easy sidestep. You can duck it. What you can do... Only easy if you're a neckbeard who's maining Azucena. Easy. Not easy. So the counterplay, I'm gonna do this because it's not really counterplay. It's like Devil Jin players always said, do step right into duck. You'll beat Devil Jin every time. Step right duck, step right duck, step right up duck. And I was always like, but what if Devil Jin delays with 1 frame? Oh, then you die. Oh, thanks, Billy. Thanks. So the way this works is that if you know when she's going to run in, like this, you do a sidestep left for the knee and then you duck the elbow. And then you can actually punish her. The problem here is that if you're playing against an idiot, moronic Azucena, and don't get me wrong, there's plenty of those to go around. If you're playing against one of those, do this. Go ahead. You'll see he'll run in mindlessly and you'll do boom. The problem is when you're going up against a skilled player playing Azucena. Now he'll know what you are trying to do and he'll just wait a little bit. And then he'll do it. And then you're going to get clapped. You're gonna get hit. Or he just runs in and does down for 2. Or he just goes in and he does his orbital. Or he goes in and does down for 1-4. And the real good Azucenas, they'll go like this. And then they'll do this. And now you have no counterplay. We're not gonna risk that stand all the way over here. It's like, do you think the best Dragonovs are gonna go stand over here and go, I'm gonna wild running 2 now, buddy. I hope he doesn't sidestep. That's beginner and intermediate. Any skilled player is gonna stand over here and do wild running 3-2. So no, sorry Neckbeard, your counterplay, no, it doesn't exist. No. But yeah, half the argument of Azucena S tier is this. And then she has some really dumb shit, like a super strong 10 frame punish in 1-2. It's +8. It wall splats. 1-1 into stance mix up is very strong. For some reason, her down forward 1-4 also jails. So it doesn't end with while earning 3-2. Down forward 1-4 also jails. So this means this is just unseen. You know, anytime a character in this game does a down forward 1 into a high kick, you can duck the kick. Or the punch, by the way. But no such thing with Azucena. If she does this, down forward 1 into 4, nothing you can do about it. Can't duck that. So she's safe at -7. From a down forward 1. So and this is also natural. Takes no risk. La 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 la. So can check you with while earning 3-2. Or here, you try and take your turn. I check you with an uninterruptible down forward 1-4. That's perfectly safe. You can't duck that second hit. And a nice +4 there. And it doesn't end there. I of course have a high follow-up here. Just in case you ever try and do something. And that's a counter hit launcher. Counter hit launcher. If it's blocked, it's -5. And we have a mid option as well. That one is -10. And of course she has an orbital. -8 on block. So safe mid launcher. Evasive. Her lows are surprisingly good in down back 4. Full crouch down forward 3. Down back 3 is strong. +4 into back turn. From back turn you have a hatchet. This hatchet on counter hit. Big damage. Vamos! While standing 1 is a super dumb poke. This is a +6, right? Poke. -8. It doesn't look like it, but this is a counter launcher. So fun stuff. And her mix-up here, you know how this stands, it auto parries highs and lows. And here you have a hell sweep. You have safe mid. Bullshit strings. Or launching DP. But it's -14 on block. That's also very evasive. And she has very strong combos. Heat Smash is very damaging. Yeah, is there anything else we want to say? Extremely easy. Unbelievably brain dead, which also really helps in terms of efficiency. Almost anyone can pick up Azucena and do really well. While standing free into mix. Oh, right. While standing free is +4 on block. Into stance mix-up. And on hit, +16. So in general, but to be honest, if you're playing Azucena, just do this. Just do this. Mix with down for 1-4 once in a while. I showed 1-1 into stance as well. Okay, so that's Azucena. And then Nina, and here I have to confess, Nina bores me to death. I've tried to lab her like twice, but I immediately get ultra fucking bored. But according to any reputable source, she is one of the best characters in the game. So this is according to Arslan Ash, and also according to one of the best Ninas in the world, Jod, French top player. He very early on said that Nina is going to be one of the best characters in the game, and that she is stronger than in Tekken 7. And that says a lot, considering she was already very strong in Tekken 7. But we can just quickly show some stuff, although my knowledge is not the highest on this character.
Seeing this just makes me wonder even more why Yoshi was a priority to nerf.
No, it's a joke. I mean, I couldn't take that patch seriously. It's like everyone was saying, oh, don't worry, it's not a balance patch. And I'm like, well, why does King get the ability to cancel his Jaguar Dash? Why is Yoshi's Flash nerfed? And Dragonov got a nerf. And Leroy got a nerf. And you're telling me it's not a balance patch? Oh, Leroy, unintended, did too much damage from down 1-2 in combos. And I'm like, but Dragonov is intended. He looks at me and I die. Oh, that was intended, I guess. Very confusing. Very confusing. Chandyman, thank you so much for the tier 1. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So the funny thing about Nina is that we actually nerfed quite a few of her tools in network test and beta. Like Downback 2 was not a counter-hit launcher anymore. And it was in Tekken 7 because they buffed other stuff. They gave her guns, you know. They gave her guns. And look how rebarded this is. That's a 13 frame wall splat. You see the damage? Like, not nice. But so yeah, they gave her guns, right? So they removed quite a lot of her counter-hit utility. And then what happens with final game? I guess Nina players cried enough on Twitter. And suddenly this is back. And yeah, this is a super strong move. Super long range mid homing counter-hit launcher that's -5 on block. And they gave her back 4, I believe, as well. Oh no, she gets down for 2 now, I think. Yeah, this is back. This was also removed. This is a safe high. But if it counter hits, you die. And we gave that back to her. Forward 4 into sidestep is a really good pressure tool. A lot of Ninas really like forward 2. So this, you can do forward 4-2. Heat engager, right? And she jumps, so it's gonna beat lows. So you see safe on block. Or you do forward 4 into sidestep to build pressure. That's really cool. And then sidestep 1+2 is still ridiculous, right? Sidestep 4 lost its launch. That was also a counter hit launcher in Tekken 7, but that's gone. Down 3, 4, 3 is now you can't sidestep it, and it's a counter string. Wait, we labbed her a while ago. What's the dumbest new move she has? I know I've forgotten about something. You can still launch here. Okay. Okay, oh, this is still a launcher. Okay. And that's safe. Oh, sidestep 4 got a follow-up. Oh, wait, so sidestep 4 is still a launcher. Why didn't you guys tell me earlier? Low, high, safe on block. Yeah, forward 4 is the best attack, I think. Yeah, as discussed, absurd attack. And you see her sidestep 1 plus 23 on hit. I mean, it's okay frames, right? Only plus 10 on block. And of course, so you'll just do forward 4 on block plus 2 into sidestep 1 on block plus 10. So basically, any Nina is just gonna loop this on your ass. And it's always her turn. And she has obscene combo damage. Oh, and her down back 2. God. Oh, right. It's a tornado, right? Yeah, it's a tornado. I don't know her combos. But yeah, we're gonna stay there with Nina. But yeah, insanely strong character.